Recorded Books and One-Click Digital present The Cool Impossible. The coach from Born to Run shows how to get the most from your miles and from yourself. By Eric Orton. Narrated by Cordero.
Chapter 1. Me and the Cool Impossible. Let me tell you a story. In March 2006, I stood at the starting line of a 50-mile race, living my cool impossible. Save for my dry-wick shirt and shorts, my hydration backpack, and the energy bars in my pockets, this was no ordinary race. Far, far from it. First, I was in the tiny remote village of Urique, tucked between the steep cliffs and a river in the Copper Canyon of northwestern Mexico. There was no grand race gate, no timer microchip on my shoes, no firing of a gun, and no massed swell of athletes tripping over one another to get ahead. There were only a couple dozen runners, a simple mark on the pavement in the center of town to indicate a starting point, and a tall, sun-bleached blonde American named Caballo Blanco to shout, "Go!" The runners that day were not my usual competitors either, and that was the point, really. This was a race to bring together two cultures, one old, one new, both with a devout love of running, and running at the extreme, over very long distances. In today's race, we faced 50 miles in the stark, hilly landscape of Copper Canyon. Those of the new culture were among America's best ultramarathoners, including the Dynamos Scott Jurek and Jen Shelton. Two more experienced, iron-willed, and talented runners you'd be hard-pressed to find. They have the medals and the championships to prove it. Those of the older culture were the Tarahumara Indians. Dark and tawny-skinned, their legs rippling with muscle, they wore loincloths and brightly colored long-sleeve shirts that billowed when they ran. Their shoes, or more appropriately, huaraches, were simply a flattened, foot-shaped cutout of tire tread lashed to their feet with leather straps. The Tarahumara, whose true name is Raramuri, or running people, came from a collection of isolated, secret tribes who lived in Copper Canyon, surviving not much differently than they had for hundreds of years. They were known most of all for their amazing feats of endurance running, able to seemingly journey forever over parched and rocky trails across some of the most forbidding landscape.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?